When you check out at the pharmacy, you see the journey from idea to medicine, thanks to our intellectual property system, or IP for short. IP safeguards inventions, like a new way to prevent seizures or lower cholesterol. And IP supports competition from other brands, then lower-cost generics, which are 90% of prescriptions filled in the U.S. Innovation, competition, lower costs, thanks to IP. Learn more at phrma.org/IP Works Wonders.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Monday, February 17th, 2025. Born on this date in 1979, former Major League outfielder Josh Willingham of Florence. Also, it's President's Day. The federal holiday acknowledges George Washington's birthday, even if it's actually the 22nd. And over time, it's grown to pull in Lincoln's birthday, even though it's the 12th. The Alabama state holiday acknowledges Washington's birthday and Thomas Jefferson's birthday, even though Jefferson's is in April. And in Mount Vernon, Virginia, all this probably has George Washington rolling over in his grave every third Monday in February. You know, GW wasn't a big fan of worshiping heads of state, they say. Well, let's put on our tricorn hats and talk tornadoes, the passing of a former Space Center chief, and college basketball. My name's Ike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. At least 4 tornadoes touched down early Sunday in Alabama, in addition to heavy straight-line winds that came through overnight, reports AL.com's Lee Morgan. Now, 3 were confirmed in North Alabama, 1 in Franklin County, 1 near Tuscumbia in Colbert County, and 1 in Marshall County. Another twister touched down in Hale and Perry counties. Now look for that number to possibly go higher as survey teams continue to examine damage today. The severe weather is blamed for 3 injuries in the state. Now look for it to get really cold this week. As of this recording, it was looking like there was a chance for some icy conditions in the northern and central parts of the state Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Of course, that's subject to change, so keep an eye on the weather reports this week. The Marshall Space Flight Center director, who held the position from early in the space shuttle program through the Challenger disaster, has passed away at his Huntsville home, reports AL.com's John R. Roby. William R. Lucas, who was born in Tennessee, served in the Navy during World War II. After his discharge, he went back to school at Vanderbilt and later worked for Werner von Braun in the Guided Missile Development Division at Redstone Arsenal. For NASA, he helped design the passive thermal control system for the first U.S. satellite and led the development of the Saturn V launch vehicle's propulsion system. Lucas was the director at Marshall from June 1974 through July 1986. The Space Center did key work on the space shuttle during that time and took some of the heat when the Challenger exploded after launch on January 28, 1986. Lucas stepped down a few months later. He's a member of the National Academy of Engineering and is in the Alabama Engineering Hall of Fame. He also earned a NASA Exceptional Service Medal that was for contributions to the Apollo 11 lunar landing mission and a NASA Distinguished Service Medal. William Lucas was 102 years old. Well, if you go by the strictest definition of football state and don't pay too much attention to the hardwood, it's not too late to jump in now. There was a number 1 versus number 2 matchup this past Saturday in Tuscaloosa, and it didn't start with Lee Corso picking a winner. Of course, this didn't come out of nowhere. Auburn's and Alabama's men's basketball teams have spent years working toward this moment in what AL.com sports columnist Michael Casagrande called the biggest college basketball game this state has ever seen. Auburn outfired Alabama 94-85. Now that gives the Tigers the rightful claim on number 1 after heading into this game, splitting the top spot in the AP and coaches poll with Alabama. The two teams square off at least one more time this year in the regular season finale on March 8th. Thanks for listening to us. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll have another place name history for you. Until then, As always, we're open 24 hours a day and 7 days a week on the World Wide Web at al.com.